Okay, so I'd like to welcome everybody here today from all parts of the world. We've got people from the Philippines, from America, from a variety of different places, actually most of the continent, I think, most of the 5 continents. So thank you very much for being here today. And I know you've taken time out of your busy days to be here, so thank you. What I'd like to do is introduce the speaker who I've known for quite a long time. I've known his wife. I've worked with his wife in a previous business many years ago. And we had a great time learning about that business and developing what it was in the UK. So I'm going to introduce you to Keith Shreiter. 25 years experience in network marketing and an MLM. He shows network marketers how to use simple systems to build a stable and growing business. He's co-author of 30 plus books and audios, including How to Follow Up with Your Network Marketing Prospects, Turn Not Now into Right Now, Start Super Networking, 5 Simple Steps to Creating Your Own Personal Networking Group. These are all books that are available on the information on the site, and they're all really short, small books, and they're very, very, very simple. And I've got a lot of them, and they're really, really good and useful information. 51 ways to and places to sponsor new distributors. Discover hot prospects for your network marketing business. So do you need more prospects? Do you need your prospects to commit instead of stalling? Want to know how to engage and keep your group active? If there are any, there are types of skills you would like to master, you will enjoy his how-to style. So yeah, let's crack on and introduce you to Keith. I'll just unmute him when I can find him. There we go. So Keith, welcome to welcome to our group of leaders and potential leaders and leaders in training.
All right, Drew. Well, thanks again for the introduction. Really quick, if you could find the chat in the bottom right, you may have to click on the link really quick. I want to see like who's on live right now. So I really just need people to type in a 1, 2, or 3, and I'll explain what 1, 2, and 3 are. Number 1, if you feel uncomfortable about bringing up your business, you don't know what to say, you're not sure if it's comfortable what you're saying, and you just have that uncomfortable feeling, if you could type in a number 1. Number 2 would somebody would be that's comfortable as long as people are asking about your business, like, please tell me more. I'm excited to hear about your business. I want to know about your service. Type in a number 2. And of course, number 3, if you could talk to anybody at any time. So 1, you feel uncomfortable. 2, it's okay. You feel comfortable as long as people are asking. And of course, number 3, hey, you're just an outgoing person. You can talk to anybody at any time. And I guarantee I've done a lot of these, and it's going to be mostly 2s and a little bit of 3s and a lot of 1s. I'm pulling them up. Okay, well, so we only a good portion, and it doesn't really matter where you are right now. It matters what you're going to do after you get off the Zoom. So don't worry too much like, oh, I'm a number 1. Well, everybody's been a number 1 unless you're just an automatically outgoing person. So it's really what you take the information today. And I want to do a little bit of quick chat Q&A as well. So leave that chat open. But I really want to get value out of your time because you're here live. So I want to make sure that you get value. That is absolutely the most important part. You have something that you can say to a prospect right away if they ask you about your business. But really quick in the chat, let's say I ask about your business. What do you say? I say, oh, I heard you started this side business. I heard you started a side hustle. I saw you posted something up about a business. What kind of business are you in? So if you could type it in really quick, that's just the first thing that you say. Like I'm asking you right now, but for the sake of time, we'll just type it in the chat. I ask you a little bit about your business. What's your business? What business are you in? Type that into the chat. Really quick, we'll just take just a couple of seconds. And here's the best part is if you haven't typed anything in or you're not sure what to type, me or the prospect, they're still waiting for an answer. So it's like, oh, wait a second. I've never had someone ask me that before. All right, cool. So the point is that we have something or we may have nothing, but either way, we want it so people are asking us about our business. We want to be that number two. We're like, if someone's saying, please tell me more about about your business, then we are comfortable. And that's the big one. So yeah, we have a couple of things. And what I really want is to make sure you guys have something here today. So I call it icebreakers. Some people call it elevator speech. You can call it anything you want. But the big thing is I want people to have something so they don't have to think about it like, oh, what kind of business are you in? You're like, oh, hold on a sec. Let me check my notes. We don't want that. We just want it to be able to be comfortable saying it. So really quick, how Icebreakers works is I have a friend in real estate, and she's top in her company for her office there. And she goes, I've read a lot of your books, network marketing, real estate. It's all about the same. And she goes, I just really need more people to talk to. I said, well, you're number one. You're in charge of training for your entire office. Well, I don't get it. Well, why do you need more people to talk to? I said, well, how do you like to meet people? She's very outgoing. She's a number three. I mean, easy, personal. I mean, just amazing personality. And she goes, well, I love networking groups. So I can go to networking groups for breakfast, lunch, dinner, happy hour, you name it. I love networking groups. I said, well, obviously, because you're an outgoing person. I said, okay, well, what do you do at networking groups? And she goes, well, I always ask people about their business. I always ask like, hey, what do you do for a living? Even though they have the cheesy name tags on their shirts. And she goes, they tell me their business. And then after about, 5-6 minutes, I ask them about, if they're looking to buy or sell a home anytime soon. I go, well, what do you mean? He goes, well, first I always tell people that I'm in real estate. I go, okay, that's it. Like, my mind says, I already know what a real estate agent does. Like, it doesn't lead towards conversation. Like, oh, I'm in real estate. Okay, I know what you do. So when I bought this house, I know, hey, this is the amount of bedrooms, bathrooms, pool, location, price range, neighborhood, school district, everything. Real estate agents, I love. They're amazing people. They take care of my problems. We're good. Some people may have a negative preconceived notion about real estate agents. Like, oh, they're just willing to want me to sell or buy a house sometime soon. So either way, it doesn't lead towards conversation. So the big thing is, does it lead towards conversation? So say, oh, I'm in real estate. Well, I know what you do. So we say, oh, I'm a network marketer. Okay, well, they may have a preconceived notion. Could be good, could be bad. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't lead towards conversation. So that's the big thing, is want people to ask us. More importantly, have it lead towards conversation, not I'm an engineer at Boeing. Like, okay, well, I'm a lawyer at blah, blah, blah in law and associates. It's not exciting. It doesn't lead towards conversation. So what I told her, I said, instead of saying I'm in real estate and getting zero conversation, I said, how about you say, I show people how to buy their dream home for less than they're paying in rent, or I show people how to upgrade to their dream home for less than their existing mortgage. Because that's really what you do, is you solve their problem of, doing the payment plans and all that other stuff all that magic stuff that they do that I don't know how it works. And it leads towards conversation. So I said, let me know how it goes. So the next day she goes, you couldn't believe it. I got 5 appointments right away. Now, if you sell 5 houses, that's a lot of money. Perfectly honest, only 3 of them worked out, but that's 3 appointments, 3 houses sold. That's 5 figures in income just by changing what she said she did for a living. Now, she has other skills, but all those skills don't matter if nobody's listening. So that's the big thing, is we got to get them to listen. It's got to lead towards conversation. So what can we do for our business? And I'm going to just kind of I know a little bit about your service. I'm going to do a little bit for opportunity. I'll just kind of give you some basic formulas, because you can always add to it later. You can always kind of add your personality. You can change around the adjectives, adverbs, add a little bit more power words. There's so much you can do, but I really want people to at least get the formula right away. So we don't want to say too much, because then it's confusing. We don't want to bore them. We want it to lead towards conversation. Just got to remember a couple of these things. Don't worry. As long as you have the formulas, you are good to go. Really quick, before I forget, I just found out. Now that 3-second pause probably felt a lot longer, because I said I just found out. And these words, I just found out, tells our subconscious mind, I need to know this information. What did you just find out? I need to know. Why is that? It's just a survival programming. And we need to know information if you say, I just found out. So if I say, oh, I just found out how we can get an extra 500 pounds income without an extra job, well, then it may lead towards conversation. Or I just found out how we can get a better return on our money instead of wasting it in the bank. Well, everyone thinks, oh, yeah, I get it. Horrible interest rate on the bank. Oh, I just found out how we can do online trading with less risk. Oh, well, that's cool. I just found out how we get a low risk investment and a high return. Oh, well, that's pretty cool. I just found out how we can get a second income without a second job. Things like that lead towards conversation. But a lot of times people say, well, I don't feel comfortable saying that because I'm not outgoing. It just doesn't roll off my tongue. So if you're laid back, introverted, not a people person, or not naturally a people person, I should say, you kind of add a chunk at the end so people feel comfortable. So if I said, I just found out how we can get an extra 500 pounds without an extra job, here's the optional close. If you'd ever like to know about it, I'd be glad to tell you. So you can say that. You could, put it up on social media. You could text this out. These are very simple, but I wanted to at least give you the formulas. And they're okay, honestly. I mean, they're not that exciting, kind of basic. So what can we do to add a little more oomph in our icebreaker? So here's one option you can do, and it's the well, you know how phrase. You can type that in, well, you know how, and I can type this into the chat when I'm done, just in case. Well, I think Derek's recording, so no worries there. So, well, you know how we get a horrible interest rate at the bank? Now, when I say, well, you know how, I'm going to give you rhetorical information that you already know and that we agree with each other. Just like instead of me wearing this black shirt, I'm wearing a shirt of your favorite football team, or where you grew up, or where you went to university. Like, you automatically like me. So if I say, well, you know how, it's just a quick rapport building skill. Don't worry, Derek's going to give you a free resource at the end, so you can kind of recap a lot more than what I'm able to tell you on the Zoom. So I say, well, you know how we get a horrible interest rate at the bank? Oh, well, I just found out how we can get a high return, low risk. If you ever like to know about it, I'd be glad to tell you. Well, you know how trading is super risky, online trading is super. Oh, I just found out how we can get a high return and a low risk on our online trading. If you ever like to know about it, I'd be glad to tell you. So you could add this to your opportunity. Well, you know how it's inflation's taken over and it's getting hard to get ahead. Well, I just found out how we get an extra income without an extra job. If you'd ever like to know about it, I'd be glad to tell you. Now I know I'm rattling these off really quick because I really want people to have something as a framework, and then you guys can work on it, role play, things like that. Because the first time you do anything, it's always awkward. I mean, let's face it. You ever seen a baby try to walk? Super awkward. Could take weeks. But with this, as long as we have something to say, we could always change it, but we don't want to make it too long. I just found out how we can extra job because we use an online training platform, and you can make money as people. Too much. We want it to lead towards conversation first. So the last one that I love is when people ask you what you do for a living, whether you've posted it up, you've asked them what they do for a living, whatever it is. Like at the very beginning, they'll say, hey, what is your business? So a lot of times people say, well, I'm in the online training community with network marketing, and it just doesn't lead towards conversation, like saying I'm a real estate agent. So what we really need to do is have an action with it. So just like my real estate agent friend, I show people how to get their dream home for less than they're paying rent. What do? I show people how to. So we could add our service or opportunity. What do you do for a living? I show people how to get a better interest rate on their investments. I show people how to have low risk, high return investments. I show people how to get an extra 500 pounds without an extra job. I show people how to permanently get rid of their commute. I show people how to, and you can fill in the blank with the benefits of your service, or of course the opportunity. So we can go back and forth. So if anything that you found that you really like, type that into the chat, because I really want people to have at least a framework of what they like to say. Because if people ask us, it's so much easier when we have something to say versus a blank stare, like, oh, wait a second, I forgot what I'm supposed to say. And we may like default on something that may not be as effective, doesn't lead towards a conversation, and so forth. So so the big thing is obviously lead towards conversation, but we want people to at least ask us. So when asking us, there's a couple things you can do. Number one, ask people what they do for a living. Super easy. Now, that doesn't mean friend request people and randomly ask people what they do for a living. You need a relationship with people. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. So it's not, I get so many friend requests and they just automatically spam me. Now, we pretty much know we're not supposed to do that. But, a lot of times you can lead, online conversations and social conversations and interactions. You don't have to go to a networking group. You don't have to, spend money. It's all about in our daily activities, in our online activities, in our communities. What are we telling people when people ask? And you can even default, like you may be an engineer, like, what do you do for a living? I'm an engineer, but my real passion is I show people how to whatever icebreaker you'd like to use. And then it leads towards conversation. Well, how does that work? Or, please tell me more. So I really want to open up, if you want anything that you resonate with, anything that you have, type that in the chat, or any real quick questions. I know you guys have a lot of other information today, but I really wanted people to get value out of your time. So you at least have a starting point, or at least have some formulas to have an icebreaker. So when people ask, you're ready, it leads towards conversation, and you can take it from there. So let's see here. I just found out how to retire sooner without a second job. See, there you go, Derek. So it's going to lead towards conversation versus I in the online trading, Forex, and then people are gone. So we want to, that's a good one, to engage them. All right, let's see. Any other ones you'd like to type in? If not, I know it's got a recording. He's going to share a free resource for you guys as well. So that way you have some stuff to view, to create your own, you name it. The biggest thing is with anything is to practice it. Make sure it rolls off your tongue. Make sure that you can role play with people when people ask, and then you realize when you put it to use and it flows, then it's okay. Versus, hey, what do you do for a living? Oh, hold on, let me check my notes. Doesn't quite work as easy. All right, so let's see if we have any quick questions. Okay, so yeah, so we have some good starts, and here's the best part is you could do these, and if you realize that you get results, continue to use them. If you don't get any results, well, they will double check and see what you can improve. The most important part is, of course, to practice. All right, cool. Well, any other questions or anything else you'd like me to cover, just let me know. I want to make sure you guys have time for your other speakers. Oh, and also, if you do type in chat, make sure you type it into everyone, not just me. I've had that happen earlier. Cool. Well, yeah, I appreciate you having me on, Derek, and I'll throw it back over to you. If you have any questions for me that I can answer real quick, because I know you have a busy schedule for your Zoom today.
Okay, thanks, Keith. I'll just put one in there. Yeah, I was just playing around with it. These do work, by the way, guys. When you actually pause, when you say things like "I've just found out," and people just are waiting there, just waiting for you to say. If you pause for a few seconds, it's amazing how they want you to say something. So I've just put here, well, you know how banks use our money to make money, and then you pause. Well, I just found out how to use the bank's money to make more money for you. So simple, but very, very direct. So no, thank you very much, Keith. That was really, really good. We enjoyed that. And yeah, people are a bit shy. I'm going to try and get them to open up their cameras a bit more as well.
No worries.
We all know
we
each
all
other.
start somewhere. It's all about being
Yeah,
prepared when
that's
people
right.
ask. That's the big thing.
That's right. That's right. No, thank you very much, and we look forward to hearing more from you. And I'll post the details on the books, etc., so they can get more free stuff there as well.
All right, terrific. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. Thank you very much. And everyone else, if you'd like to say thank you at least. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So that was Keith. I'll just give you the information where you can get more information. I'll post it in the groups as well for everyone. Right. Okay. So come on, guys. We all know each other here. So how about opening up some cameras? You can't all be in your pajamas. I'm sure you're not. So that we can see you. We're part of the same team. We know each other. We're not strangers. You know, it's important to actually get to know each other. We're going to be meeting each other at different events throughout this. So before I introduce my next speaker, I'd like to just say that Keith and his father are very, very successful in business. And his father's actually going to do a training on Saturday all about how you develop leaders in your groups. So I think that's quite a good point. Develop leaders amongst yourselves and develop leaders amongst your groups. So the next speaker, guys, Nicholas, you all know, he's a family man. I've known him for quite a long time. Met him also when he came over. He's originally from France. He met his wife in Taiwan, and they now live in Belgium with their 2 children. He worked as an engineer for 15 years, but he really discovered a passion for building relationships internationally. His family was his drive to pursue financial freedom, and he is now well on the way to that. With Hyperfund, his main goal is to buy a house in Nicaragua and live close to his family. Today, Nicholas will cover some of the topics around scripts based on memory joggers and some of the other aspects of communication, because without a list, you won't have anyone to talk to. You won't even be able to practice any of these. But I tell you what, do practice them. You'll find it really, really, you know, even on your kids, on your family, just say something like, I just found out, and shut up. And then they'll say, what have you just found out? You know, they'll ask you. I can see Nicholas is going to be using some of these definitely because he's smiling away there. Well, you know how, that's another one. And I show people how to. All these are low risk things. They actually are easy ways to actually get conversations started. I know they feel a bit uncomfortable when you hear them for the first time. But honestly, if you start using, you'll be surprised how you get into conversation with people. So I will, without further ado, hand over to Nicholas, who's going to do the next part. Thank you, Nicholas.
All right, fantastic. Thanks, Derek, for the introduction. And thanks, Keith. I was trying to unmute, but we were muted. So that's cool. The other day, Derek asked me if there was anything we could train on. So as a coincidence, it happened to be a similar topic of what Keith started with, because Keith started with some easy things to talk and how to start conversation, icebreakers, and so on. So I think it's going to be quite interesting to see also like extend this. And it's going to be interactive because, you know, guys, I'm not here to do a class or something, but I like to maybe offer a chance for everybody who didn't really go through the memory jogger, just to have a look at this together, have some sharing thoughts about how to use it and what things that resonate with you and not. Derek, did you give me any right for sharing? Maybe if you can do that. And so
yep,
to
it's
share
all
the screen. All right, fantastic. Thanks a lot. So the memory jogger for I'm not sure who was and not last time. So this is something that if you didn't get the link of the Telegram chat, well, make sure that you get it or ask it from I don't know. No, yeah, just ask it. If somebody needs it, just ask it. And this is a nice, well, basics. It's provided by Eric Worre. And if you don't, well, Eric Worre is just awesome, and is providing a lot of knowledge, a lot of information that we that as network marketers would be needed, even though we're not on a network marketing company. But network marketing is a skill, or network marketing or marketing is a skill that is like so critical to everything we do. So there is a nice introduction of what, you know, how to get started in it. So this first part is about building your list. So in case you didn't go through it, this was part of last time. So I'm just gonna go through this faster. I just want to show you this is the same document. So this 72 pages, I'm not gonna cover all 72, but if you go now down to, so you go like how to make your list and you give you examples. And this was topic of last time. So this is why I said to Derek, okay, let's go to the next part of the file, and so then we know that we've covered everything. And so yeah, there's a lot of pages, so 72 pages can be filled up easily. But when we get to the good part, my goodness, it's put a lot of this, huh? So we get scripts. So the first step, what Eric War is describing, is especially when you're catching up with somebody you've not had a talk for a long time, or even like, of course, somebody that you're just meeting. Actually, you can apply for everybody, but you want, in your first conversation, you just you don't want to spend too much time. You just want to refresh the contact and have you know, just be busy, because actually if you're first having a job and doing network marketing on the side of, or contacting people on the side, you should be busy because our time is precious. And I sometimes, you know, it's easy to put ourselves into activities and not look at how we plan our time, what we do with our time. And when we're talking to people, you have to realize that you should not be spending a whole hour back and forth chit-chatting with a person, even though building a relationship is important, but you also have to make the people appreciate that your time is precious. So when you're saying I don't have a lot of time to talk, like I've had conversation where somebody says, I'm not feeling comfortable to say this because it sounds like a lie. If it sounds like a lie, is because you're not valuing your time properly. And you know, you just have to start doing this. So think about these sentences and how you can apply them to you. Like, I have a million things going on. I mean, definitely, if you have a list of activities and things you want to do for your business, you have a million things going on. I'm running out the door. Well, maybe this is not the case. So maybe you're not using that one if you think this is really the lie. But like the first two can really, like, for all of us, it should be applicable, definitely. So
can I just interject there? Because of personal experience. The reason why we do this, guys, and the psychology behind it, is because when people see that you're not acting like you usually do, they take more notice. When I first did this, I found it very, very strange. And I was actually going out to friends' houses with a thing called an ad pack. An ad pack had a couple of videos in it, and it had a book. And really, they were meant to read it. So I was actually rushing around, passing them out to people. But because I didn't have time to talk and stop, people were taking me a bit more seriously. I found the results were better because I was not acting my usual self. In other words, when people see you doing something else, they must think, you know, they think to themselves, well, what's going on? He's in such a hurry. He must be doing something really important, etc. Things are going through their mind that they wouldn't normally, you know, do. So thank you. Carry on.
Anybody wants to come in the conversation? Well,
yeah, they can. Yeah,
actually, let's open it for questions. Anybody having problems, wants to use these sentences, or having problems to use the sentences, let's go like this. Like, even if we don't finish the whole script, this is not the point to go through the whole thing.
And you'll get copies anyway. You can get a copy of this, can't you?
So it's meant to be meaningful. So Derek, I don't know how people can unmute or something. Is there a way that you can?
Yeah, they're all able. I've unmuted them.
It's free now. Yeah. Okay, so you can just choose to unmute anytime. Please stop me. And this is not meant as a masterclass. It's meant as a useful thing that everybody can participate. So for cold market, what's offered here is, now isn't the time to get into this. I have to go, but it's just like brilliance, you know, just you don't have the time, but here is this little thing that you can, curiosity. Well, we saw just before with Keith, you know, you just can put something. I'm having a great business. It's now it's time to go, but I'd love to catch up. Normally, this is what you'd say afterwards, you know. It's not the time. I'd love to catch up, and I have something very interesting to tell you about. You can just leave it to that. and that's it. You just pick it up the next day or whenever you have time.
Does it not sound a bit staged when you're not familiar with these terms? Or
I love your comment because you don't have to use these words.
It's a script.
The thing about the script, they're actually designed to just give you prompts and you actually make it your own. It doesn't have to be exactly those words. The idea is actually to try and get you to follow a way to actually get this done quickly. What inevitably happens with new people, particularly, and I know this for a fact, they say too much and then they blow their contacts out of the water because they've just told them. They've given the presentation online or on a phone call, etc., and the people have been put off. So the idea of this is to really try and get people to say things very quickly. And this is prior to a presentation. So you'd probably do it maybe a day before or on the day itself, because, you know, you'd say something very, very quickly. Look, I can't stop. I've got a few more people to call, but let me ask you something. Are you free tonight at 6:30? And if they say no, then say, don't worry about it. I'll get back to you another time about it, but I've got something exciting to share with you. If they say they're free, then you say, great, look, I'd like to invite you to a presentation. I'm actually involved in a project that's actually making a lot of people an extra money in their spare time. If you're interested, can I add you to that list? If they say no, then no. If they say yes, please, or if they say, what's it about? That's what they're always going to say. What's it about? Look, I haven't got time to explain it because I'm phoning other people as well. But you wouldn't expect me to explain, you know, your business in a few seconds. It would take time. But if you're interested in making more money, then I recommend you come. Are you able to come? If they say, yes, okay, say, look, definitely, I want a definite from you. Please, can you let me know if you can't make it, because I've only got a few spaces to give to people. We max out at 1,000 people every night. Try and sort of get that urgency across. Try and get that sort of bit across to people, because the thing is, if you have posture when you say this, people won't think of you as being unusual, stupid, or whatever you think you are. You know, they'll actually take you more seriously. And practice it. You know, you don't have to. You can practice on the dog, the cat. I did all this. I just don't say this now freely because I've practiced it a lot, and it does work. And this is the point. It doesn't matter how intelligent or unintelligent or whatever you are, it does work. And I've had people who even have done this parrot fashion because they really can't get around doing it for themselves, and it works. And this is the point. These are actually tried and tested. That's the whole point. We actually assume things because they're written out like this, but they are tried and tested. And what I recommend people do is actually put it into their own words.
Yeah. I never talk like this. I always, I'm preparing breakfast for the kids, running to school. I mean, this is my thing. You have to adapt this to whatever is applicable to you. So yeah, these are indeed just prompts.
One question, because for me, I would think then that I have to then, if I am talking with somebody on LinkedIn, for instance, and I say a line like that I have to then disappear off LinkedIn, because otherwise it looks a little strange.
No, this would be on a phone call. It wouldn't be on a little chat. You wouldn't do it. It would be a conversation.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, you would never write this. Yeah, you would never write this. Yeah.
Well, you could write definitely that no, you don't have too much time, but you'd like to set up a call.
Yeah, that could.
Yeah, I get that, but for me that means I have to close up LinkedIn, because if the person sees me online, then it's weird.
No, you can be online all the time. I'm online 24/7, and they don't know I'm there or not. That's the way everyone knows that it works with. Same with Messenger, etc. You know, I'm online 24/7. My computer's on, so just because of that doesn't mean I'm around.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you cannot be available and have work to do that is being prioritized in different times. So you just like, I don't have so much time now for talking. What about catching up later? And but I do need to do some more work on the computer, so I'll be doing that. I mean, whatever, you know, but you can be busy on the computer doing other things because you're obviously working with the computer a lot. So.
And guys, this is one way of doing it. I'm not saying it's the only way. And if you find a better way, use it, because, you know, we will all find our own niches, our own way of doing things. This is just one way. We're trying to help people get out there and do something. it's better than nothing.
Yeah, just get everybody thinking. If you have questions, actually just ask the questions, because it gets everybody, just this conversation is much more useful than the lines by themselves. So thanks, Mina, for the question. And let's see so compliment the prospect. What is in there? So complimenting is critical, obviously. It's about creating relationship, right? So people never get compliments. So if you're the one giving compliments, you'll be seen as the good person. So be a good person. Not only be seen as a good person, by the way, be a good person. Everybody, please. Sincere compliments opens the door to real communication, will make the prospect much more agreeable to hearing what you have to say. So yeah, I mean, this one is like, again, these are just prompts, and I think he has a lot of them. I'll just read few for the person you're talking to, but what can you say? You've been widely successful. If that's the case, you're talking to, so this warm market and this successful person, you've been widely successful. I've always respected the way you've done business. And so we're talking about sponsoring up. And if somebody doesn't really follow sponsoring up, when you're talking to people that you feel you cannot talk to because they're more successful than you as well, how you feel. So you can actually just really go to them and say, okay, so I know you're successful and I really respect what you're doing. Would you mind would you mind to check this business I'm doing? I'd love to have your opinion. It could be like something you're saying, and set the appointment for another time, for example.
Yeah, that's a very good one, by the way, for people you've got on your chicken list. You actually say, I mean, the chances are they will look at it on your behalf. So for example, let's say, I don't know, you've got doctors on a pedestal and you say, right, okay, and you phone your doctor up and you say, look, I've just joined something that I'm very, very keen on getting fully involved in, and I know you're very successful, so I'd like your opinion on it, or I'd like you to review it for me and tell me what you think. Now the hope is that they will like what they see and they join, and that does happen occasionally. You may want to talk about it more when you talk to them. It's all about confidence, really. But that's another way of getting people in. Yeah, Nicholas, very good. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we're taking the time, because even myself, you get this file, you say, oh yeah, I know, I got the idea. But now doing this together, I think all of us, you just have a different look at this, no? So you've always been so supportive of me, like for family members. Come on, this is beautiful. I appreciate that so much.
It's a subtle way of getting them to say, I'm supportive, you're supportive of me. So when you invite them
support
to the presentation, yes,
it's
they're
super,
come
super
in.
powerful.
Yeah.
So you're one of the most connected people I know, if that's the case. I've always been admired that about you. All right. I don't feel I can say too much about this one, but if you want, please go on this. You're the most important person in my life. That's, again, like, it has to be super really coming from the heart, and I really trust your instincts. So what about that? You probably have to be talking about your wife here. But yeah, you're an amazing mind for business. Yeah, well, that's connecting with the first one, the successful person, right? So you can see things in others people don't see, in things other people don't see. So
and again, this one's very good if you know people who are networkers or anything. I was thinking of the sharpest people I know. I've often said, I'm making a list of some key people I want to bring together. I've often said that I want to put you at the top of that list. So therefore they feel, oh wow, he wants to put at the top of his list. So they feel a bit, privileged. And then I thought of you. I mean, that straight away makes them very positive and less negative. So that's the important thing there.
There was one of the training we followed. It was also about purely encouraging people, like encouraging words, like compliments. Just if you're going around and make people feel good, they'll be like, this is going to be the fastest way to build relationships. So there was one of these trainings, they were saying, like, pick like 3 or 6 people, 10 people, and just send them encouragement or cheer them up for whatever they're doing. just thinking about you and go on with the family, whatever you want to think about, but it's just like, if you are this kind of positive person, then people will want to stick around, and that's what it is. This is creating relationships. I mean, if you think sales and marketing is anything different, but if you're able to do this in such a natural way and you apply this all the time, well, this is going to become second nature, and this is reachable for anybody. And when I say this, I have to work so much on myself. Well, I went through. So you're one of the most positive, energetic person I've ever met. Okay, so you have to see. Let's see. There's a lot more. So let's go to cold market a little bit. Should I skip? Should I go through? If the point is really to go through and inspire people, let's continue. Okay, I'll stick and I'll continue, maybe to help somebody else. So let's go. Let's take the time. What about that?
Look at this one. I need someone to find holes in something I'm looking at, and absolutely nothing gets past you. So you're actually asking a person to review what the business by going into the presentation. Aren't they more likely to look for things when they're actually looking at that business? And guess what? If they don't find any holes, they're going to join you. So, I'm
going to print this today. I've been delaying this too much.
You haven't looked at them. You haven't been using them.
No, of course not. That's why I'm so happy that you asked me to do something, and I say, let's look at this I didn't look at.
They're all little prompts, and you don't have to use the exact words. This is the point. They're little things that'll give you an idea, and you think of different people that you know, and you'd use different things. And because there's so many, it's really, really good. And I use them all the time. I've got books around me with different things, and sometimes I look at them just to get an idea of what to say to somebody. I've got 5 appointments booked this week, okay, and they come as a result of me, using the right words, and that's the key thing about it, and this is, if you keep that momentum going, 5 or 6 people that you speak to a day, you'll be amazed. And these are cold market I'm using from LinkedIn. In fact, as a result of that LinkedIn training you did, Nicholas, I got 3 appointments, and I even did that job advert, and I got a guy who's actually the purchasing manager for Aldi in Solihull, Birmingham, and it's a big store there. So he's actually responded to the advert. So now I've just got to interview.
Wow.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting.
It normally works very good. And if you paid attention to what Derek showed the other time about creating an ad, normally
and it's free.
24 hours is free.
It's free.
But within 24 hours it works. Then when it gets longer, you don't see so much effect, but it's like super fresh. You just posted it and people, they react automatically. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So, but without going too much into LinkedIn, let's see, you're one of the smartest people I know, and I really trust your judgment. You understood, for as long as I've known you, I've thought of you. You were the best at what you do. So you understood, right? So complimenting really is gonna get you a long way. Cold market, I think they're less inspired because there's only 3 lines. Obviously, people that you don't know, and you don't want to be overly complimenting of something you don't know. Something for social media, and it isn't there. I've been using it myself, like people that, so you want to go on person profiles if you're using social media, by the way. So if you're going on LinkedIn, check the LinkedIn profile of the person you're talking to. If you're on Facebook, do the same, and you're going to get cues, something that you can use in your conversation. And for example, like a very simple one, when I talk to a person, I see you're very active on your social media. What are you doing? It's just easy to start a conversation. But you can say like, you're very active, or I like that your content is like, whatever, like something that you notice that is very nice, very motivational post or something. And it's very nice to read your things. Like the person is just gonna like, you're not complimenting them, but you compliment what you see, and they're gonna feel good about this too. So here, let's just get an example. You've given me some of the best advice I've ever received. So that would be after a conversation, I suppose here.
Well, we made that come live, Nicholas. We made that come live at the Italian restaurant.
Well, yes. Oh, that's the one you're talking about.
And yes. He signed up.
Because I'm thinking, yes, absolutely. So true. Yes, I wasn't connecting this one, but yes,
we complimented him on all the service he gave us.
If you're going out, go to restaurants, guys. Don't stay behind your computer. This would be wrong. Like going like this was completely crazy. Let's tell this story. We were looking for a way in Nottingham, and there was this guy. So we were looking for a way, and the person just noticed that we were looking around. And the person like, can I help you? Can I help you? It's just like people want to help you all the time. It's just and when you're just able to connect and say like you're super helpful person. We don't see persons like you around here. It's just like whatever you say, even if it's not like you don't know the person, so you cannot be like overly complimenting. But whatever you're saying with a big smile or you know just being friendly is gonna get you a long way. So this guy, we didn't offer him a hyperphone, but we could have stopped. Really, this guy was completely so helpful. Yeah, when you get out, maybe this one cool thing about cold market, right? Because many times I used to think of cold market about social media, but if you go out, there is so much more.
Well,
and,
Andre was cold market until we met him.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. You can be anywhere in the streets, talk to anybody. This is like, yeah. Myself included, I spend way too much time with the computer, way too much time. So don't worry. Sometimes feel guilty that you have get out, do something, but maybe you can combine it and talk to people. If you're confident, you're gonna be talking to people anyway, because this is like the super cool thing. One of these super lines of Dizzy that we hear on the trainings when he was using his crypto card is just like, hey, you just accepted crypto.
no, he said no. He asked them. He
thing.
actually said no. He said, "Do you take cryptocurrency? Do you take Bitcoin?"
No,
and they
you
say
do.
no. Well, you just have now. And of course,
see, so...
and then they say, well, how did I do that? And they said, well, this card is a crypto card. So then you start the conversation, you know, this is what I do. And then spread the word. You know, today I had 2 deliveries from Amazon, and I spoke to both Amazon guys. You know, I said, wow, you must get paid a lot of money to do this job. No, I don't get paid a lot. The first thing they say, no, I don't get paid a lot. Really? I thought with all the heavy lifting and you're on your own and you're rushing about, I thought you get paid a bomb. No, I don't get paid a bomb. That's the first thing they say. Oh, really? Okay, right. Well, I work from home. Do you? What do you do? Well, I help people make money. Would you be interested in making money in your spare time? Yeah, tell you what, give me your number. I know you're working for Amazon at the moment, and I wouldn't even attempt to try and explain it now because it's not fair in their time. This is important when you're talking to people. It's not fair while you're at work. Let me take your number. I'll call you later. When are you free? 2 people, I got their numbers just like that. They gave me their numbers. Strangers. So, you know, play a game with it, guys. You know, just enjoy it. Don't get all worked up about it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, honestly.
Wow. This was golden nuggets. Yeah, I hope everybody wrote down. It's super cool. There's not in the list, so you have to add it yourself. Derek, how much longer do you want me to go? Because I could stop it here and we pick it up next time.
Yeah, we can stop here, I think. If anyone wants to say anything or make remarks or tell us what they thought of Keith's little presentation. Also, guys, you know, what we can do for you, let us know. You know, we've got the experience in all our leadership. So, you know, are we covering enough ground for you? Are we helping you enough? You need to let us know. We need the feedback, because if we don't get the feedback, we don't know what you need. And then you go out there and say, oh, I'm not doing anything, I'm not building anything, but we haven't actually given you the training you need maybe. Saturdays will be really, really good because it's about creating leaders, and we're all leaders once we sponsor one person. So it's about being a leader and creating leaders. So it's really, really good. Anybody else want to say anything at all? Anything? It doesn't have to be related directly to what we're doing.
Rick?
Hello?
Huntley here.
Hi, Huntley.
Yeah, I like your script with the Amazon guys. I like it. You kind of...
I use that a lot. I do actually use that a lot. I always say to people, I bet with all the work you do, you get paid really well, because I know they're going to say the opposite. If you say the opposite, they're not going to like you at all, because they're going to say, I get paid enough, thank you. And
right.
that's with any job. With any job, it doesn't matter. I always praise the job and the person. I say, I bet you get paid a lot. You're in charge of this place, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, literally say that regularly, and you'll find people say, no, I don't. Really? I'm surprised with all the effort you put in. And I've seen you walking up and down this restaurant serving. I thought you were the head waitress. You know, they don't have to be, but you said, I thought you were the head waitress.
Yeah.
And then the guy at the Italian restaurant, I mean, we just bantered between us. I said, wow, you know, you must be getting really paid. Are you the owner? I think I said, are you the owner? He said, no, I'm not the owner. Oh, really? Okay. I'll tell you what, Nicholas has something to share with you then. You need to find out from Nicholas. Do you like money? And I actually said, do you like money? And he said, yes. And I said, okay, talk to Nicholas. I spread it. So Nicholas took his number and he's now in Hyperfund. So
brilliant.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. So before, yeah, go on.
Anyone else, but when you're speaking about people that you don't know, and when you're talking to people that you don't know, I don't know, somehow I feel a bit more confident in coming out with these comments or whatever.
Yeah, I know because you think that the people you know will judge you. Yeah.
So sometimes it's easier to go for the cold market where you don't know the person you're speaking to. You're not predicting how they're going to behave. You're just going with the flow, and it's a lot more natural. And, you know, like if you worked in retail and selling stuff to complete strangers, you've got, from my personal experience in the past, when I've worked in retail, I've had a lot more confidence, and I've not been ramming things down people's necks, but you have that natural conversation to get people relaxed. Whereas people who know you think, what's she doing? What's she talking about? They know.
I think what it is for me, it was the opposite, the complete opposite, because I could not talk to strangers at all. You know, I literally couldn't. I would fumble. I would do all sorts of things. For me, it was very difficult. It was easier to develop the relationships I had with people because they came from the heart and it was sincerity. I personally believe that if we're not sharing this with anybody that we personally know, we're doing a disservice to them, because this will change people's lives phenomenally. I've never come across anything in the 35 years I've been involved in business where we can change people's lives dramatically. Nicholas, okay, one of the first people I sponsored, he's retired for life now, and he's going over to Nicaragua. If I hadn't spoken to him, or if I had thought about it in any other way, and I knew him before I actually introduced him, his life wouldn't be the way it is now. You know, there are people, a lot of people in this business, I see their lives changing before my eyes. And the more I see that, the more I feel inspired to talk to anybody and everybody that I know in my warm market. Because one day, I was even talking to my wife, there's a friend of hers who's always saying, oh, poo-poo to whatever we do. She always judges us. And I said, I've got to tell her, because if I don't tell her, at least she's got the chance to say no, thank you. But if I don't tell her, then she sees the way our lives have changed in a few years' time. It's not going to be very fair. And that's the way I look at it. You know, think about it. Not even a few years' time, it's changed dramatically in months. You know, I'm at the stage now where I'm beginning to start, well, I'll have my debts paid off by the end of September, and then all that extra money's coming in. I've got to start planning my life now in a completely different way. And this is the same for all of you. It's just going to happen at a different rate. It all depends on the amount of money that's thrown in, or number of people that join. Look at Warren. Warren, I can't believe what's happened with Warren. You know, he said to me he'd never contact a single person. And now he's got a team, I don't know, 20, 30 people. I don't know how many there are, but his life is changing before our eyes. Warren, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Derek. I lost count, actually.
Okay.
I have to recount them. I've done two tonight.
When did you say you wanted to retire to me?
Oh, in 6 months.
Okay, and what do you think now?
Hopefully it'll be 3 months.
Yeah, so you've halved it already. And you didn't even believe you'd do that. You never spoke to a single person. You said, no, Derek, one thing I'll tell you, he said, I'm going to be passive. I don't want to introduce anybody. And I didn't tell you to introduce anybody. You just introduced a few, became more confident, introduced a few more. And you know, you've gone on from there, strength to strength. I believe it's probably because you started with a few and then went on.
What I do,
started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I do is if I've got somebody that's very negative, like I had the other day, I told you about them. I call them laters.
Yeah.
Because that's my name for them. Okay, that's later. Because when they see you making it, then they're interested because they're the type of people that say, I'll see how you do.
Yeah, exactly.
But why not get on now? You don't have to get in with a lot of money. You can just get in with 300 and then just share it naturally. You know,
and there's lots of you here that are inspiring. Myrna, I know you've contacted a few people. You've actually added a few people to the team, you know, and that you didn't feel confident at all in the beginning about doing this.
Not at all. I didn't know anything about network marketing. I swore I would never join network marketing.
Exactly. I remember you saying that. Yeah, I said, no, I'm not joining network marketing. No. I remember you saying it.
Yeah.
And you know, you guys are changing before our eyes, and this is really important for you to understand, you know, and it's a gradual process, but the thing is, it's happening. And remember, we're all winning from day one, because regardless of whether we're joining people up or not, we actually are making, you know, money on a daily basis. There's nothing else out there that does that, you know, and that's the cool thing about it. And they don't take money away from us. They give us money. In fact, they give us more money than we want. I can't believe the level 2 now, or stage 2 I've reached, they're going to pay me about 4,000 a month every month on top of what I'm making. You know, I'm making loads already. I'm happy. I'm not unhappy. And they're going to give us more. So we've got good reason to share this with people. And that's the thing. You need to really dig deep in terms of why you want to share it with others. And it needs to be sincere. It needs to be from the heart. It needs to be so that you're genuinely wanting to share and not worrying about the consequences of that share. Because if people choose to go in that direction, it's not your fault. That's their choice. But at least you've shared it, and that's the key thing about it. You know, you shared it, and that's what it's about, really. We get frightened of all these fears, you know, what they're going to say, etc. Don't worry about that, because you've shared something that you feel is going to help them. If they don't want that help, you know, I know Deborah, are you here?
I don't think she is.
Oh, I saw her earlier. Yes, she is. Deborah.
Oh.
Unmute yourself, please, Deborah. Deborah? Debbie?
I spoke to her earlier. I think
yeah.
they had some guests over or something.
Okay, maybe they're busy with them then. Okay, Jill, how about you, Jill? You're somebody who said you wouldn't actually speak to anybody either in the beginning.
Yeah, and it's getting easier. I find it really helpful to hear what other people say to people, because part of it is just thinking, well, Derek gets away with saying that. Maybe I could learn to feel comfortable saying it, and it's sort of the starting point of getting there, and it is getting easier.
Yeah, no, definitely. And you're growing a team now, and you're in those Zooms without me now. You're actually sharing Zooms with other people and groups of people, which is brilliant. You know, that's fantastic. And you're learning all the time. I think the key thing here is, with the training that we've got, guys, for you, the reason we do it is not because we want you to attend the trainings for yourself. We want you to attend the trainings for your team as you build them, because as this gets bigger, I don't know 75 people in my team. I only know probably 50 or 60. There's another 100. There's 150 in total, and I don't know who they all are. So I'm relying on the system. I'm relying on people that I'm training to train, you know, them. So what we do is we train the trainers to train the trainers to train. And it's important to understand that, because as this grows, you want the people at the bottom who are 5, 6, 7, 8 levels below you, still getting the same information, still being able to, you know, do the same stuff and get out of their fears, because everyone comes in with different fears. You just got to get over your fears. Anyone else want to say something? Who's that?
It's finals week.
Thank you, Jill, for sharing. Okay, well let's close off then if nobody's here. Let's see. Where are we? Boris, how about the last word from you? My sponsor, my friend, the person who wouldn't, well, none of us would be here if it wasn't for him.
This year's champion.
Thanks, Derek. I think Ian's
yeah, no, somebody's, I've just seen that. Okay, let me just.
I reckon it's got about 5 years off my life. Definitely. That's a share. I was 100% taking it.
Okay.
All right. Excellent trying today. I jumped a bit late. My computer blew up today. So I needed to take it to the market to see if they're gonna be able to fix it or not. So I pull out the other one, and it's like there is nothing there. There is no Telegram. There is no Zoom. There is nothing. So, anyway, funny stuff. This is just shows you that oftentimes you plan certain things for the day. Like you make your plan. This is how it's gonna go. This is basically how much time I'm gonna have for this. This is how much we're gonna have for this. And it doesn't work the way you plan. So I'm sure every one of you have those days. It's like I just downloaded the Zoom and I entered the 6:30 presentation, and then my internet disappeared for 40 minutes. I didn't have any internet. I'm opening my mobile phone and I'm going into my mobile data and it's showing me it cannot upload. I'm saying, what? No, you can't. So I went out for a walk. I get discouraged oftentimes from, when just life, it doesn't play the way you plan, basically things. I saw today one of Ian's guy that he just signed, Mike, I believe was his name. His comment on the Telegram, and I would love really to talk about this. It's shame that he is not here, or Ian, but it doesn't matter because it's applicable to all of us, and I think this is a good finish for tonight. When you basically you're not sure about something or you're not confident about something, what you need is to plug into more calls and to listen to more people and more success stories and more people that actually are where you want to be. There is no point of expressing like fear or doubts because it's like, this doesn't help you. And in fact, not only doesn't help you, it damages you more. And it damages all the people around you that basically they don't know any better. They don't have any experience. So we often talk that, what we entertain or what we feed is either fear or our dreams. So why, if you want to participate and build your dream and you have decided and you're already in the business, you're going to start to express your fears. You're going to start to feed your fears. It just is going to kill your dream. And it's going to kill the dreams of those around you that, they're fearful as well. So it's almost like you're feeding you're almost like inability to be a stronger leader, to be a better person, a more caring person, and more basically person that wants to share and empower people, because you're plugging into a community that is here to empower. And we get empowered by empowering others. We don't get empowered by disempowering others or by talking about, what we're fearful, because it doesn't help us. And it doesn't matter if it's, verbal or written, anytime we express like these things, we're making it stronger. It's almost like this is my command. I'm sending this command to the command center. I'm sending this command. And when you do this long enough, your subconscious basically accepts this as this is how it is. And it's like you're done. You don't even know what you've done to yourself and to others, because it has obviously a repercussion. It has a ripple effect, but to yourself first. You don't know even what you've done. but you open the door to your subconscious, and now your subconscious basically is fearful. So anytime you have to make a decision or step forward and, you know, expand, grow, you're fearful. So therefore you don't take the steps, you don't, you know, go and learn from the people that are already basically doing, like, or basically at the place where you want to be. And it's not helping you, and it's not helping those people around you. So when you're in doubt, you know, you can always talk to your upline, to your sponsor and to your upline. Always make sure that you know at least, you know, 5 people in your upline. Who are they? Or minimum 3. So you need to know, obviously, your sponsor that is enrolling you, but you need to know their sponsor and their sponsor. And guess what? If those 3 people, you know, cannot help you, if you have, you know, any questions or anything that is business related, you go upline until you get to the people that they can. Because the people that they can are the people that are all in. Like Derek said the other day, they burn their bridges. They don't have any bridges. This is where they are. They put the flag in and they say, this is what I represent. And this is my brand. This is what I represent. And those people obviously are more committed. They already made a decision, and they're growing much faster than everyone else that didn't fly the flag and are here and here and here, or doubt. You know, doubt is killing basically their growth. So I almost like I was thinking today when I saw the comments to comment, but then I say it's like, I don't want to comment. We better open up and discuss it, because it's like, it's so important. It's so important you know, in business, like in life as well in general, but in business, no business owner, doesn't matter traditional or non-traditional, has any guarantees. This is like all those people that are going into the unconventional way of doing business. They're the people that are taking the biggest risk, and they're gaining basically the biggest gains. And everyone else that is on the other side, that doesn't take any risk, obviously doesn't take any gains. So we can open up, because I don't want just you know, for you to see 2-3 people talking on every call. I want to see you all engaging and participating, and really, you know, becoming like a person that you know you are born to be, you know, with you know, unleashing all your greatness, and really believing in yourself, betting on yourself. I was talking to, when I went out, I was talking to a few people, and I call one person in particular that he was busy because they had like a restaurant, like 2 restaurants in 5, and they were busy now with the summer season and stuff like this. So they closed the restaurant, and I don't see him on trainings. I don't see him on calls, and I call him and I say, "What's happening, buddy?" He's like, "Why you're not there? You told me that you want this. It's important to you and your family. Why you're not coming? Why you're not investing in yourself and in your future?" He has other businesses, and like he's telling me like, I needed to travel to do this, and you know, we all can have a bunch of excuses, but like Derek says, I've never seen anything that can really retire people. Forget retire, can clear all their debt and can allow them to be free, because people are not free. They believe they're, but they're not. And freedom has an extension, effectively, how long we can survive if we stop working today, how long we can survive without really affecting our lifestyle. And, you know, financial freedom, you know, the higher your passive income, the less affected you are from, you know, what's happening in the economy, what's happening in the, you know, politics, and all those things that affect everyone else. So if you want to become almost like immune, make sure that you have this conversation with yourself, and this is why it's important for us to talk about those things here. This is what I want to teach my kids. It's like, you're going into your life, university or whatever. But same is true for us. We're maybe not going to uni, but we've been in a journey and we discovered that it doesn't work. And this is, I'm not talking like 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. We've been for many, many years, and we've discovered that it didn't work. And we tried so many different things, and none of them works because the system is basically stuck to work against us, not for us. Now we have found something that actually is working and it's empowering and can change the future, not just for everyone here on the call, but for our children and for the generations. And like, first of all, why not basically share this and empower your family? And then, why not empower everyone around you? It's like, take it this like as you're in a mission. Don't keep it just for yourself when you see the impact of these things, because the impact is colossal. So I would love to hear from everyone. I would love to, I don't know if we have another 10, 15 minutes. But yeah, I want every person to be engaged in those calls, those trainings are not like one person or 2 people or 3 people doing a presentation or training. No, this is us coming collectively to grow collectively and to empower more people, to believe in themselves, in their own abilities, not to type or to talk negative talks, and like give those negative commands, and then the results are not, I'm talking to people, but the results are, this is a result of what you have basically trained your mind to believe. So it's like you cannot press the accelerator on your car and the brakes and expect to go further. You cannot be effective. Same is true with the business, same is true with everything. That's me done.
Let's have a few more comments or talk from anyone.
I would want to say before, and then I'll shut up.
Don't say it like that.
Oh, okay. For
That's
me,
negative.
it would be really helpful to at least have some topics, some items of whatever that you think that would be good for the community or for this whole team community to have a training or whatever presentation about, because then we at least I then know which one I can pick. I said, okay, I can do that, and if I don't have the knowledge about it, but I am willing to step up and I will willing to do about this topic.
But unfortunately, and this is the only thing I'd like to say about this, with learning, the topic is so vast and there's so many different personalities with people that you couldn't cover a topic that would be specific to you or specific to anyone else. So I'm not
saying that.
No, I'm saying is people learn in different ways. So what we say is we cover in the training, we cover very, very big subject, and most of them, like the what do you call it?
There, Boris is asking for all of.
Carry on.
Boris is asking for all of us to step up, and I think a lot of people are willing to step up. Like Gio is doing a presentation. I don't know if it was her idea to do it on this topic, or did the topic come from you? This is what I'm asking. And
okay, well, I often say to people, look, if you want to volunteer, and I've actually spoken to people who said they want to help, all you have to do is ask, and we'll give you a subject that you want to choose. It doesn't have to be like, for example, Nicholas is choosing what he wants to choose. It's not me that's choosing. And then I just go through what he's doing, and that's it. There's because everyone's personal. You have a personal journey. So if you have something to share, what you teach might be completely different, which would be good for other people. We're all learning and we're all developing. So that's the important thing. So Myrna, if you want to do a training, by all means, just say, put your hands up, that's what we expect.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm willing to volunteer.
Yeah.
For me right now, it would be easier for me to say, here are some 5 topics. See if there's something that you feel comfortable in doing or training about, because what I have done in the past, what I have learned, don't know how to apply it to this. I don't know how to explain it, because all of me, it's more about, you know, I've done NLP yet. It's more all about mindset, personal development, but in a whole different area. I don't know how to explain it.
It's a personal.
Why don't you, Marna, you have already sponsored like few people on cold market, LinkedIn and Facebook. Why don't you, do a training or segment of how you did this? Because I think everyone here that never ever sponsor a stranger would love to learn from you and your experience, not from just from Nicholas' experience or my experience or Derek's experience. They would love to learn from your experience, because your experience will be unique to you and how you did this when you don't have the huge bank account to pour the money in, you don't have the big network to bring in, but you're still doing and you're still growing with
sure, I will do that. Fine, good, thank you. Now I know a topic.
Anything that you feel that will be a contribution to the community. And again, this is to everyone here. Even if you're just on your own, you didn't sponsor anyone. This business is a collaboration, and this is so important for everyone to really know. It's collaboration. Unless people collaborate and everyone is like, I'm saying stepping up, because it's like it seems to me like we have all those trainings and like 3 people are talking. It's like I want to almost like disconnect all 3 of us, and like I'd love to see you really share your experience, because it's probably very different from our experience. It's like it's enough about us. It's like if you need an inspiration, we can plug in and maybe.
And there are many people here who've actually brought people in. I'm looking at some of the people. You know, Dave Vernon, he's actually been in for a while. He's brought quite a few people in. Again, you know, these people can share their experiences, which is good because we can know where they're coming from and where they're going. You know, Derek as well, and Huntley, and there's a lot of people here.
Everyone.
Just looking, Joy's another one. You know, she's, by the way, rapidly
also,
grown.
Also, even if you didn't have the success, even if you didn't sign the people yet, but you're going through the process, you can still do a segment and saying, this is what I do. Maybe, you know, I can improve on the things that I do. Any suggestions? And this can open up the call, not to be like a, you know, this is how it has to be done. No, it's gonna be okay. This is what I'm doing. I think I'm following the instructions, what I need to do, but you know how I can improve. So even if you didn't sign people and you raise your hand and you say, I want to step in and I want to share, I want to contribute. This is a massive moment of growth for every one of you. Number one is like, you don't want to open your camera. This is fear-based. Like, you need to kill the fear, because the fear is killing your dream. And you know, just do a small segment, even if it's just 5 minutes, testimonial or sharing. This is what I do, how I can improve, and just start from there.
Boris?
Yeah.
Hi, Boris. How are you, mate? Are you all right?
Very well, thank you.
Good. Just as a suggestion, to try and kill some of this fear so we get out of our comfort zone. I mean, personally, I'd be more than happy with you or Derek, not tonight, but maybe on another one, to do a bit of role play. You know, I could be a potential a potential prospect for you, and we could role play. I don't mind doing that. It's uncomfortable for some people, but if you want to use me as a guinea pig,
But you see, I don't. Me personally, that's me. This doesn't mean that there is anything wrong. I don't roll with a script. It's like to me, even if I do presentation or training, everything is spontaneous. So it's not like okay, now I was supposed to say this.
Because we're all different, as you say, you get different approach to different people. So I'm just kind of seeing if this might help. It's just a suggestion.
Yeah, what I would love, your idea is great. What I would love basically as an extension to this idea, I'd love to see everyone playing, like, so let's say now we're 24, just say for example, and we have a call like this where everyone is trying with someone in front of like all 24. So everyone is doing, and we give, you know, a feedback. It's okay, we can improve here, or and it's not like necessarily like critical feedbacks. It's feedbacks where every couple that is practicing can improve. I think this will be way more beneficial than, okay, this is how we're gonna.
We could do a workshop. We could do a workshop. Yeah, definitely.
Because
maybe
this is also true for presentations, that let's say people want to try to do presentation, and again, it doesn't have to be the slides that the company offers, like we do with Nicholas, like for the Filipino team presentations. We don't show any slides. It's just we talk, and like a little bit of back office and stuff, but it's like, it doesn't have to be. We can even do a presentation without even ever talking about anything specific. We can talk about the banks not rewarding us and, you know, stealing our money and not giving us anything. We can talk about active, passive income, and the choices that we all have, that, you know, based on those choices, there is a price, there is an outcome. And again, a lot of people, you can connect with a lot more people actually doing like this kind of like heart-to-heart talk about the reality and how we can improve our reality, than actually, okay, this is the business, this is who it began. Honestly, I mean, people don't need all those details. They need just to know that there is a light somewhere down in the tunnel that can actually shine on their lives as well. Not just on one or two people, but on their lives as well. And that's so powerful, because what we have, it can, and people need to know this.
I think also, Boris, that you speak from the heart, and you're very passionate about what you're saying. And when I'm very new to this, so all the information is coming in at me from every angle and I'm absorbing it. But really, to be fair, when you speak about helping other people and working as a community, that resonates much stronger with me personally than any of the financial gains, if you like, from it. And that's probably where I'm getting a bit stuck, because I'm being kind of absorbing all the technical details as the financial stuff. But really, when you speak about helping people, that's really what would drive me forward, the reason why. So I think maybe we could perhaps explore our own individual reasons why, and gain confidence, because when you realize that you are doing something from the heart and it's genuine, then you gain confidence from that. You're not scared to say what you think. But at the moment, I'm scared to say what I think, because I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to be saying, if you like. But thank you for your insights, because it's very inspiring. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. And what you said is so true. And it's like we all resonate with different things. We're all in different, you know, almost like time of life. We have an example with the clock. Let me just show you something, because it will help you. We often talk about, you know, enrolling people and stuff, but it's like we're trying to enroll them in our own time. So we're all in, and we're, let's say, 12 noon. But unless the person that we're talking, they're 12 noon as well, they're not joining. So if they're like 12:01, they're not ready. If they're 12:10, they're not ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. We become impatient, because it's almost like it's about us and what we want. Oh, it's not about us, it's about them. so we need to keep remembering that, okay, what we have is golden. Most people are not gonna see it, because most people don't know any better than the experience that they have from, you know, all those years. Everything that they've done has created a habit, a very strong habit, and a belief system that prevents people to believe that if I say something. I was writing when Kit was talking in this icebreaker. I showed people how to, and then you pause and like, then I wrote, collect one property rent. And I was in doubt to say per day, because this will scare most people. It will scare them to death. And they'll think I'm bullshitting them, and I'm like talking like nonsense, because they cannot believe that this is possible. So I reduce it per week, because I say, if I say per month, it's like, okay, maybe some people are not gonna get this like very inspirational. So I reduce this per week. But in fact, it can be per day. And people need to know. But again, if I go with what, let's say, you know, it's possible and it's real if people go all in and they burn their bridges, then this for most people is too overwhelming. It's too early, so they're not ready. They're not 12 noon. They cannot receive it. They want it, but they cannot receive it. So even if you want to give it to them, they say, no, thanks. No, thanks. It's like, it's too good to be true. This is probably one of those things. No, one of those things is the fact that we have our money in the bank. This is one of those things. And the bank is not rewarding us, and it's stealing from us all the time. That's one of those things. Not like what is happening to us and what we want to share. So it's almost like I was thinking family members, instead of trying to pitch them and trying to tell them how good this is, they say, maybe it's a better for, you know, I'm going back to my country like for 2 weeks holiday, and like I'll see like family, like very, very close circle of family, because we have like second circle and you all have these things. And I was thinking, well, as much as time I have, I'd love to open to all of them like on account and just give them an account, give them with an account. It's like, they cannot even say, no, we don't want. And all I need to teach them is just hit this rebuy button and don't worry the fact that you're not 12 known yet. Just keep on hitting this rebuy button and, you know, and be happy, you know, just start to believe in yourself. And in the fact there is good things in life. And like the fact that the past, whatever, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, maybe they were not good, but, you know, for as long as we keep on looking at this picture, we miss what is in front of us. And yeah, we can all improve on this. And this is also related to why we're all gonna go and talk to LinkedIn and to all those strangers, and we're afraid to talk to families, or at least, you know, help the family to start to benefit, basically, even in a minuscule, their belief is not there, but still believe, to still benefit.
Hello, Boris, have we lost you? Can anyone else hear?
Almost too much energy from Boris.
Too much. Guys, you know, I think we'll end now. So one of the things I wanted to say was, you know, throughout our lives, we're told to climb over people to get to the top, to beat the guy ahead of you. And what we're doing now is the complete opposite. We're actually sharing, we're actually blessing, we're actually helping. And I think it's sometimes difficult to appreciate that from that point of view. And going back to what you're saying, B, it is about helping. I don't have to do this. I'm earning enough to never do this again. And so is Nicholas. But I love the idea of helping people to get out of situations. I love the idea of helping people to better their lives. You know, there are so many people out there that need our help. And every time I look at something, I don't look at it as a sale, because I don't need to. And the point I'm trying to say is that, you know, if we take it that way now, you know, that's how we're going to be. You know, initially, I suppose people do think about the money because of their circumstances. But the thing is, I never have. I've always thought about people, because one thing that always struck me was Zig Ziglar said, you know, if you help enough people achieve what they want in life, then you'll achieve what you want in life, and that's the default. You know, and that's what it's all about. Help somebody get where they want. Think about their goals and help them get to that goal. You know, I love it. If Nicholas is earning $1 million, I love him to death. It's what it's all about. But I think he'll love me to death as well if I actually get him to earn $1 million a month like Kalpesh, or $1 million every no, $2 million a month he's making. So guys, thank you very much for attending tonight. And yes, you know, do share more, guys. You know, don't just listen, because you've all got something to offer. You've all been through stuff in your lives. So, you know, just because you think you're not, you know, you haven't got anything to share in terms of, you know, getting people on board, or you think you need to say something, you don't have to say something special. You just tell us how you feel about what you've achieved so far. Tell us about, you know, where you're going and what you're doing. You know, just share. We're going to be a bunch of people who are going to spend a lot of time together. And I said that to Joy a little while ago, you know, we're going to be in each other's pockets a lot, because we're only going to be able to afford to go on holiday with each other, because nobody else out there can afford to go on the holidays we're going on. So you might as well get to know each other now before you go on holiday. And I think the other day proved it when we all met up. It was amazing, because even though we hadn't seen each other you know, for real life, you know, to actually see each other was fantastic. And you know, to know that we haven't got any worries in the future also is, you know, once the money problem's taken out, then there's other things you got to worry about, you know, which may be far less worrying than everything else. So thank you very much for tonight. And Saturday is going to be a brilliant training with Keith Stad. I've known him for many, many years, multimillionaire. He actually, many years ago, I brought his business over to the UK and helped his daughter-in-law and his son Keith launch it into the UK. That company was sold for many millions to a company called It Works, and is still running today and very, very successful. So that was Tom Shreiter's baby. It started as a company called Vitamark, and then from Vitamark it converted to It Works. So yeah, Tom Shreiter will be talking to us on Saturday about leadership, and he's a very, very, very bright individual. When he goes to Germany, he speaks in front of people, groups as big as 10,000 in auditoriums over there. So he's very, very, very well known. He'll be speaking from Thailand, where he's staying at the moment. He's not in America. Although he's got a house in Texas. His wife is actually Filipino, and so he'll be speaking from Thailand, and he'll be teaching us more about things that we need to know. And I hope to get him on a regular slot, because we go back way back, and I remember his visits to the UK. He used to do presentations for me all over the country without actually even charging me, which was fantastic. And there was no guarantee people were going to buy his material. And so, you know, because of that, he's become a good friend. One thing about Tom, he loves Mexican food. So everywhere we went, we had to have a Mexican somewhere. And I tried to find the Mexican restaurants in Glasgow, in Birmingham, in London. So, you know, he's a great person to know. So thank you again once, everyone. And like Myrna saying, you know, let's have some other people wanting to contribute. Myrna, I'll speak to you about when you can actually next contribute. I'm making up a list of dates. It's generally on the Wednesday or Saturday that we're doing those contributions. So yeah, we'd like to have more people contribute towards things as well. And even, you know, people like Warren have experience in SEO and computer, you know, and in websites, and we're actually working on something currently, Warren and I. It's going to help everyone, and hopefully once we get it up and running, you'll be able to get your leads. These are particularly for the people who don't want to talk to anybody. It's a funnel system that'll be able to bring your leads in, and it's going to.
Everyone has to step in and talk to people.
Yeah, they have to talk to them once they get in.
Yes, even if you get the leads,
exactly.
You need to. In this business, unless we train people to do what we do,
robots. No, they do have to talk to them.
You know, they're in, but they're not in, even if they sign. So they need to talk to people.
Oh no, definitely. What I meant was they don't have to talk to them at the front end, but yeah, when they've got into the system,
it's all about getting leads, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about getting leads. Yeah,
numbers game.
And then we teach you how to talk to them. That's the important bit. So thank you very much, everyone. Good night for tonight, and see you at the 5 a.m. Everyone who's coming into the 5 a.m. tomorrow, that's made a tremendous difference to my life. And, you know, if you want to improve your lives, join us at 5. See you tomorrow.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye.
Thank
Have a great
Bye.
evening. Thank you very much.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.